Howdy folks, welcome to Adventure in Art. My name is Ben Staley, your resident talking head. We're gonna do a little backpack review. Let's get into it. Yes, I have a backpack fetish. I have a lot of backpacks. I have backpacks that are 30 years old in my closet. I might actually need to use them again. You just never know. I'm really hard on my gear. I'm really hard on my camera backpacks. I've like completely destroyed several high-end camera backpacks from a top manufacturer. So I'm always kind of keeping my eyes open for something that looks cool, something that looks a little different. It might work for me. I will typically be using my main camera backpack, whichever one that is. Usually I just have one that I'm kind of using. Maybe I'll have smaller specialized ones or shoulder bags for little stealth missions. But typically I just have one backpack that it's in the rotation, and I'll use it 300 plus days a year, oftentimes months on end when I'm in the field. So it's a key piece of equipment for me. I love having a backpack. I don't mind weight on my back. I actually feel more comfortable. I prefer to walk around anywhere. I'll go to the mall with a backpack. I just feel good, like I got my stuff, man. I am good to go. If you follow the channel, maybe a year ago or something, geez, when was that? I think it's about a year ago. I made a review of what I had been using, which was not even a camera backpack. I was using this GoRuck backpack, and I put a camera cube in it, and there's a whole video about that, and I'll link it below. I just sort of outgrew that. I love that system. That backpack's awesome. I still have it. I'm still going to use it occasionally when it's appropriate, but back then I was using mostly small little Leica cameras, and now I'm just using bigger mirrorless type cameras, different stuff, sometimes little bigger lenses. Still using the M6 a lot, but I need a little more space. I was like running out of space. I've got a drone. I'm doing drone stuff again. It's getting crazy out there. So I'm like, I gotta upgrade my system because I just couldn't fit everything in the GoRuck. Started searching online, got on the gram, started hashtag camera backpack. Thought, what's out there? What am I not seeing? What do I not know about? What cool products are out there? We're like in the golden age of awesome gear. There's so much cool gear out there. Right away, I saw a post or something with this company Wotancraft, and I'm like, well, that looks different. Look at this. It looks dope. I checked them out. I went through the whole website. I looked at a bunch of pictures, looked at some pictures people had posted with their own backpacks. I'm like, I really like the look of it, and it looks pretty efficient. I reached out to Wotancraft. I had a few questions. They were like, hey, do you want to just try one? We'll send you one if you make a video. They didn't ask for anything. My thoughts, my opinions are my own. The deal was I'll make a review video about their backpack. They believe in it. Whatever I say, it's fine. I get to keep the backpack. So that's where we're at. Is there a perfect backpack? First off, it's made of this heavy-duty Cordura, which is treated to be water resistant. And then there is what they are calling on their website these distressed leather for much of the detail work. And you know, there's all these kind of iron rings and buckles, and there's almost no plastic. There's this plastic sternum strap and the waist strap, which are Fastex buckles. Those are the only plastic buckles on the pack. Pretty cool. It's leather, it's metal, and it's heavy-duty Cordura. So this is water resistant, and all the zippers are apparently waterproof or water resistant. I mean, I'm sure you couldn't dunk this thing. It's not a dry bag. I haven't had it in any weather. I've used it a lot, but it's been summer and I haven't been in any rain. I'm in Southern California. It almost never rains here, especially in the summer. So I haven't tested that out. I was kind of hoping to get into some stuff, but I have had this thing for a couple months. I took it on a 5-day trip to Oregon where I was at a music campout festival, used it really hard there. And I took it to another 4 days up in remote Nevada, had it in the back of an off-road vehicle, went way up in the mountains, hiked up to 8,000 feet in the mountains with this thing. I don't have any footage of that because I was doing the filming, but dude, we were out there. I was cooked at the end of that day. So I've actually used this thing. I've had a variety of configurations inside of it, different gear loads, different things, and I have opinions now. Let me show you what it's all about. The traditional kind of camera backpack is more of a clamshell, you know, where it'll have a big zipper and you just open the whole body up and you look down and there's like, you know, some kind of padded system with little dividers and you can configure it and put your lenses in. That's probably the most common design in camera backpacks. Most things you see out there are an iteration of that. What these guys have done is something completely different. I think they've really gone outside the box with this, and they put a lot of thought into it, and I applaud that. I think it's cool. Well, you decide for yourself. Let me just show you. So on the top, you've got this zipper here, and so you got a little, it's a thin pocket, but I put quite a bit of stuff up here. I'll put filters up here. I put little bungee ties. I put a headlamp up there. I put a sandwich up there one time. And then to fasten that, you've got these little leather knobs, and then these straps just go on here, this distressed leather. Pretty cool. Not a lot of adjustment there, but it kind of just straps down and that's where it fits. So you pull this back and you've got this other zipper pocket. I had it unzipped, but this closes up over the top. You could actually theoretically put like a jacket or something under here if you wanted. I'm always thinking about clothing and how to pack clothing in different layers because I'm so oftentimes operating in environments that are fluid and it'll be rainy, it'll be sunny, it'll be hot, it'll be cold, and I gotta be prepared for that. And I gotta fit all my gear in a backpack on my back, and that's just how I roll. And that's what I'm looking for in a backpack. So you open this up, this is super cool now. Inside of here is this main top, it's kind of divided in half, and this is the main top part. They have this other pouch inside of here. You can Velcro it in so it doesn't come out easily, or you can leave it unvelcroed. Now this is a whole separate bag that you could just use as a shoulder bag. This strap removes easily. There's a little divider in there. You can put another divider in. Pretty cool. I haven't really used this though. What I was doing is, you got this big open pocket at the top. Mostly I would just put the drone up there, and it only fills up like half of it, and then I would put another lens over here. Sometimes I put my Leica little camera here. Sometimes I put a couple apples in here if I'm out all day. Whatever, there's a lot of room. It's pretty cool. So there's that. The other thing is you can actually open up the bottom so that it will reach all the way down. So if you're like on a safari or you're doing wildlife or sports and you've got a big long lens, you could actually fit that right down the middle. So that makes this thing right away really functional. Then you just open up the top, you pull out your big camera and your lens, and you are good to go. Pretty cool. There's all these zippers, little pockets. So they've really been efficient with this, and I like that. All this detailing and all these pockets, man, it's expensive to make something like that. All this has to be made. It all has to be sewn. They're all hardware. I applaud that, and they've really thought about it. So you've got these little D-rings here for attachments. On either side, you've got these back little pockets. These are good for like filters or lens caps or dead batteries. You got another one over on this side. Boom. And then on the front right here, you've got a zipper on either side. So this is a big pocket. What I'll put, I put headlamps in here, all kinds of stuff. You can put a book in here. You put maps in there. Pretty cool. It's just a flat pocket. You're not going to be able to put anything super bulky in there, but a lot of times you have little things, you have cables, you just have stuff you need to get to, and it's handy to have these little pockets around the top. There's this big pocket in the front, which, you know, you could put a small tripod in here. I've been using this for a water bottle. I have a big Yeti water bottle and I stick it in there. It also comes with, I should tell you, I didn't use these, but it comes with this sleeve and these straps, and this is for a tripod. So if you have a small tripod, it's got these little loops here, and you can take these straps and you just strap it down to the side, have your tripod, pull it off pretty easily with these little guys. I am A, not rocking a tripod that often anyways. I'm kind of a handheld guy. B, the tripod I do have is a little too big for that. So that's a pretty narrow little sleeve. Obviously it'll work for a lot of tripods. It won't work for what I have. Now on the bottom, we've got pockets on either side. So the bottom half is divided into two sides, and there's just the same kind of pocket on either side. the little door that gets into the interior. On the exterior, there's this big outer pocket. Then you open it up, and you've got this big compartment with dividers that you can configure. So you could put, you know, your mirrorless camera in there. You could put lenses. You could have camera bodies on one side. You could have lenses on the other. Let me show you the other side here. Pretty cool. Little divider. I guess one thing that I found lacking is there wasn't enough dividers. So, you know, where to go? I've had a lot of camera backpacks and cubes and different things. So I had a whole bunch of different little dividers. They don't match exactly, but I had to supply my own. It would be cool if it came with maybe a couple more dividers, I think. Now, this is something else that's really cool. So these doors that go to the inside, on the inside of the doors, this one has a pouch that you could put whatever you want in, batteries, cables, dead batteries, but it just totally comes out. So if you don't want that bulk there, or the extra weight, or you don't need it, take it out. I think this is super cool. It's one of my favorite things. And you've got one on the other side, but it's different. On this side, it's got these little elastic straps, so you could put memory cards in here, you could put batteries, cables, whatever. It's yours to make with what you will. You've got this distressed leather, some of these straps on the outside that you could strap a jacket to or whatever, buckles. I did put a hoodie here one time. You know, I was out late at night one night and I just strapped a hoodie on just because I knew I would get cold. We've got, here's the harness, pretty good padded shoulder strap. I had a lot of weight in this and I hiked, like I said, I hiked up to it was over 8,000 feet way back in remote Nevada. And yeah, I wore this thing for like 6 hours, rugged hiking, super steep, and it's comfortable. Comfortable waist belt. You've got some little webbing attachments here, so you could put a water bottle holder or something on your waist belt. I will do that a lot. I'll put it on my waist belt because then I can just reach down and get my water bottle. But honestly, except for that one time in remote Nevada, I just rocked this thing without the waist belt. It's Velcroed in, so you just pull it right out like that if you don't suck up your shirt. There we go. And then boom, it's just lighter and cleaner. So I think this pack is cool. These features and the design, it all feels, you know, when I saw pictures of this online, you just couldn't tell. You couldn't, the pictures were glossy and they looked nice, but I thought, what is this fabric like? What is the workmanship like? Is it cheaply made? Is it gonna hold up? Honestly, I've only had it 2 months, but I have had it on a couple airplanes, had it out in the rugged wilderness several times. It shows almost no signs of wear. I know that's only 2 months, but it feels very, very well put together, and I like that. It inspires confidence in me. You gotta think, you know, you want to design a backpack, which I would like to do someday. Spoiler alert. You can't have all the features because then it's going to be too expensive. You can't have all the best fabric because it's going to be too expensive. You've got to make something that A, you can make affordable, reasonable, so you can sell enough to actually pay for the darn thing. It's always a balance of features versus cost versus functionality. I think they've taken some big swings with this backpack in terms of the design. Does it all work? I think 90% of it does. I guess the things that are the cons, this is kind of silly, this is only me, and it's probably because I haven't used this only a couple months, but I keep forgetting what I put on one side or which side I have, you know, which camera body or which lens. I haven't quite figured out how to dial in my configuration. I need to get there. I'm not so sure about just like these D-rings here, what I would actually use those for. I'm not so sure about this little metal knob that you just hook the leather around. Is that going to last long term? It appears that it will. Maybe I'm a traditionalist. I wouldn't mind like just some kind of a clip. And I know they've gotten away from the plastic, so I applaud that. This is just a little different. And honestly, I've had no issues with it. I'm just kind of like, is that the best thing? It's cool. It fits the aesthetics of the pack. It's just a little TBD with me. You've got this big strap here. We've got a tail end here, so you could make this loop bigger and put, you know, maybe a tripod through here or more things. It's not super easy to get this buckle undone, so it's not something you're going to want to do all the time. And then if you have something in this pouch, how is this actually working? Functionality, I think that's one of the weaker areas, but it sure looks cool. Distressed leather, it fits the pack again aesthetically. I was never one of those guys that like, you know, in high school, I'm old, so in the 80s when I was in high school and they had like acid wash jeans, and then they started coming out with acid wash jeans with already holes in the knees and stuff. I think that I was kind of the first generation that they started doing that, I think, where you could go to the store and buy jeans with holes in them. And even at 15 or 16, I thought that was dumb. So I'm like, okay, the leather's distressed. It looks cool, but I just kind of want my leather new, and I'm gonna distress it enough on my own. I have no problem distressing my gear. Overall, just the detail level on this pack is awesome. Like these rivets have the little Wotancraft logo. This is stitched leather, heavy duty nylon. Again, it's all metal, leather, and Cordura. There's only 2 little plastic buckles on the whole thing. It's kind of something else. I love these zipper pull ties on the side compartments. Have these little leather pull tabs. It's just primo. I dig this pack. This is gonna be my pack for the foreseeable future. I don't have plans or a hankering to get anything else. I'm using that thing, and you know, I'm gonna use it till I don't wanna use it anymore, or it wears out and fails on me, but it looks pretty darn tough. That's my pack review. What did I miss? If you guys have any questions or you want to know about something, or you just want to tell me I'm an idiot, that's cool too. You know where to do that. There's comments for that. I'll put a link to Wotancraft's website down in the description. Check it out. These backpacks are, I think, 599 American dollars. Not super cheap. I mean, honestly, that's a lot of money. It's 600 bucks. The details there, you can see that they've put a lot into the manufacturing. Yeah, I put a new page on my website. If you want to check it out, if you care, there's a news tab, and there's not going to be a lot of news. Like, I don't have a lot of news I need to tell people about all the time, but I am doing some events, some in-store events, and doing some cool slideshows and some storytelling and some clinics in conjunction with LUMIX. And I'm doing a couple days of those in New York City coming up. Then I'm going to be in Salt Lake City, and I'm going to do one in Los Angeles. There may be more actually coming up. So if you want to know about that stuff, you can go to the news tab on my website. I won't always mention it here on the channel because this stuff stays in perpetuity. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. Now take your backpack, get off the computer or the phone, and go out there and make some art. Orders from headquarters. We'll see you soon.